an inset is our next piece, and an inset really doesn't stand alone. It always is, like I said, tags along with the locator. It's smaller, it's simpler, and dramatically less informative than a locator. It does identify a region in general terms without providing secondary points or supporting details, and really then we use it when we don't have a lot of details to say. So what's the difference between an inset and a locator? Basically, the insets are the addition to the locator, just like the example here. This is the inset, this is the locator. Okay? So you want to use insets, when that full indicator doesn't give you those details. Use insets with locators to give the reader a second perspective. If it severely, limits that geography, and so we have those insets. Now you don't want your inset to get too big. Okay, so some more examples here. Very simple. This would be an inset, and if we look at this in terms of with the locator, we know exactly where this county happens to be in Kansas. So the inset tells us kind of the big picture, where the locator tells us exactly where that occurred. Another example from a website. This is actually an interactive map. There are a lot of sites that utilize these, but it has sort of the inset and the locator. Now, you might notice that some of these switch, where the detailed map is larger and the inset traditionally would be kind of a stepped back view. However, we're seeing these being flipped, and so in this case, the inset is actually giving more of the detailed view of where that pointer box is pointing to. So this is my pointer box pointing to that one location. Another example here, here we step back and we look at the bigger view with the inset, and then the locator gives us a different perspective of that same area. So we do see these in things like these hurricane maps. We see in news stories on the newspaper, online, where they're trying to tell us a little bit more definition of where we're looking.